Good morning everybody, and today is the day we're going to weld part of the flooring in the front cab area. It's quite noisy right now, so I don't know if you can hear me, but we got our box section just here. I got 2 sheets of 2mm flooring, and I've also got some right angle. So today's going to be quite a good day, hopefully get a lot done. Hopefully get the front area done and I can learn how to weld. So it's going to be really helpful having Lee here, because he can actually weld, so that's the best bit. Let's go. Guys, I thought I'd give you a quick update on basically what's going on with the bus. We've managed to weld in a bit of box section that runs the width of the bus and a bit of angle iron that runs the width of the bus, and unfortunately we've had to take out half of the driver's platform. Didn't really want to, so that's meant removing the centre console, as you can see here, removing the giant bus heater that sits under the centre console. Basically what happened is part of the platform has rusted through. I'll show you the side profile of it. So this here was obviously a support section. So this was solid down through here, but as you can see it's completely rusted through, and the top of the seat is completely rusted through. So we've cut that out, and I'll be trying to build that back up out of box section and sheet metal. It's just not a lot of fun right now. I want to get to the good stuff, you know, but I just got to keep on getting on with it, really. I'm going to try and recreate what was there. Basically what we're going to need to do is, it's going to be a bit bright, but basically I've put this in yesterday, I put that in yesterday over there, and what I'm going to do now is put another piece directly between the middle of them to support the floor, and then under that I'll put a bit of box section to support that. That's basically how it was built when I took it all out. So if I just rebuild it to how it was when I took it out, it should replicate the same sort of structural integrity. So today I've got my friend Lee here. So what we're going to do is patch in this little hole down here. Nice little hole, and there's also a little hole here that we're going to patch in. This part of the floor has rusted away, and this rib has rusted away, so we're going to be putting some sheet metal over that to support it. Going to run a sheet metal down through there and weld it in on either side to give that a bit of strength, and then we're going to run a bit of sheet metal into the outside of the bus and weld that in. So just a quick update on what's going on is we patched this piece in here like we said earlier. Lovely little patch, and a lovely little right angle patch in there. So that's filled them voids, you could say. And then also up here we've put this piece in here, look, along here. So we've tied the floor in now to the body of the bus, and here where this rib is corroded, we've ran 2 strips of sheet metal down the side of the rib, either side, here and here, and then basically I can go under the bus later, clean the rib up and weld them below floor level, so I get that a bit of strength. And then for this section here, we've just fabricated this bit of right angle, nice bit of 2mm right angle, and then what that'll allow us to do is, I'll show you now, is to drop this in place like that, and we can weld along here, and then we can weld along the top of his seam here, and then that just ties in the bus body with the floor again, because obviously what was there has all come out and rotted away. And we also welded in, excuse the mess of the welds, down here. So that's actually stopped the whole sort of wing flapping, which it was doing, which is a bit of a concern. Now we're going to tackle this wheel arch. Rather than make the wheel arch round, is to make it sort of like a half hexagon, if that makes sense. So we're going to run some angle iron up along here, and then run a piece horizontally that way, and then another piece down the angle, and then we're going to bring our floor along here, come up to that angle along flat, and then back down the angle and back into this floor. That's the plan. We're going to give it a go and see how we get on. Day, and Lee absolutely killed it on the welder. I cut material for him and he welded it in place. It's a great team effort. What I'm really pleased about is our wheel arch. We finally got it finished. We didn't go with a curved option because it's impossible for us to try and curve anything. We worked with angles because for me that's a lot easier being a carpenter, and this is the result. Yeah, really pleased with that. It's just tacked in place for now. It needs to be fully welded. Obviously need to put the side on it. But yeah, really pleased. Had a great day today on the welder. Back at it Monday. Hey everybody, back at the bus today after a couple of days off. It was nice to have a bit of a rest from this place. Can get a bit basically our wheel arches are looking really smart. Really impressed with them. What I do need to do though is fully weld up the seams where the sheet metal meets. But before I get my welder back out, I'm just going to be prepping a lot more other areas that need a bit of patchwork. That's the plan. I'll get all my material prepped, all my surfaces cleaned, everything ready, everything cut, and then I can plug that welder in for another good day and just have a good old day welding. Now we've got a lot of welds to grind back with a grinding disc. So down here you'll see there's this like lumpy bumpy stuff and a lot of this surface rust. This all needs to be nice and clean, so I'm going to be getting my grinding disc on and grinding it all back nice and shiny. And also bits like this up here. So there's a small lip just about here. I don't know if you can't really see it. I need to grind that down flat to this floor basically, so I can put a new piece of metal in. So yeah, that's my morning. Prep work's pretty much done now. Now I need to pop down to the merchants so I can get myself an 8x4 sheet of cold rolled steel. I've got to finish my walls off with that, so I'll bring that up here tomorrow, get that set up, and I can basically measure everything up. I can cut it all and it'll probably fit first time, and then get the welder out really and go on a big giant welding session and just weld up. And then we're pretty much at the end of the welding, which would be really good. If I can get it tied up by the end of the day this week, that would be great. So it's a new day and we've got our sheet metal. Not bad price really on it. I also picked up some 2" by 1" box section in here in my van. Can't really know. never mind. But that's going to be for the solar panels supporting. Basically I'm going to weld that between the ribs of the roof and give our solar panels a bit more support when we bolt them through the roof. Ready for the day really, hopefully get a lot done and be very productive. Just cut a load of material, and what I'm going to do is paint it with this red oxide primer. It's basically got anti-rust or anti-corrosion properties. I'll paint the side that I can't get to when it's fitted, if that makes sense. So I just placed them all on this sheet of insulation here. So I've got a nice little workbench. Going to paint all that up out here now in the sunshine. And then whilst that's drying, I'll jump inside and obviously paint the bits that are going to get covered up. So that's all done, and that'd be nice really. There's a few holes and gaps I need to seal because things are a little bit bent and stuff like that, so I'll seal all that up. My knees are absolutely shot to pieces. I've been welding now for about 4 hours. I'm not welding solidly for 4 hours. What I've got to so far is we've got this in here, across there as well. So that's welded in, just sort of tacked in places. I fully welded up this wheel arch along the seam here and down there and along that floor seam and all along here on the angle iron like I said I would. Got this one in, this piece in down here. I welded my wheel arch along here and along this seam, which is really good. The white stuff you can see is like a hybrid sealant adhesive. Basically just piling that in the gaps to stop anything coming up through the gaps. It's flexible as well, so it should deal with a bit of a wobble from the road, shall we say. I've also patched part of the flooring and this part in here, welded down through here, welded this seam. So yeah, that's really productive. And same again this side. So this piece here is welded in, and that piece that's down there is welded in, and fully welded that seam there and fully welded that seam there. Super productive day, really chuffed. Got all my material cut as well, like I said earlier, ready to go on the walls. But I've got a bit more welding to do in here today. Not today, sorry. Oh, gee. A bit more welding to do in here tomorrow. Before I start putting my walls on. I don't know if I will see the back of the welding tomorrow, just because of how long it takes. Really surprising. Pretty pleased with today. Real pleased. So I'll catch you tomorrow. The past couple of days have been a bit stagnant, you could say, at the bus. Basically we're having some serious problems with the power. Normally I borrow some power from the place I'm hiring the space from, but that is all the way down there. For some reason every time I plug in my lead to run my welder, it just trips the RCD. So for the past couple of days I've been trying to find ourselves a generator to power our welder, because we're very, very close to finishing the welding. What I have done though is attacked our step area here. As you can see, there was a lot of well, not a lot, but there was some bubbling of the paint and stuff, so I grinded that back and found some pretty nasty stuff. Down here, as you can see, is completely hollow, and down on this side as well. This seems to be quite a common thing with school buses, these steps rusting out. So I've prepped a load of metal work and basically just going to weld a whole new panel over this, a whole new step down in here, and same on this side, a whole new panel over this and into this, and just, yeah, just patch it in again. This is what we're aiming to achieve down here by putting these walls back in. I don't know if you can see, there you go, yeah, so that there would be a new wall. It's all cut to shape over the wheel arch, and yeah, putting that back in because it's part of the structural build of the bus, we feel. And this side here, you can see it's over there. But once I get my generator and get my welder going again, I'll start welding that in.
So I went and bought a 5,000 kilowatt generator, which is more than ample enough to power our welder. Finished. So we've got this down here, which has all been renewed and fully welded in, and we also have this area down here. Excuse the mess, this is a working site. And this area down here, I've also started welding in my sheet metal, which I cut for the step to support that bottom tread, because that's just completely corroded away. Anything that needs replacing structurally on the bus is pretty much finished now, apart from any little bits I need to weld under the bus, which is something I'm going to do later on. So I've just finished the step now, so this is what it looks like. We got this one here, a new piece of sheet metal here, and we have a new piece of sheet metal here, and then a new step down here. Also had to cut in a little tiny piece on this bit. So that's that. All the white stuff is just a flexible sealant / adhesive. What I've done is just ground down all my welds in the corners and stuff like that, and if there's any inconsistencies I just went over it with my sealant, and then once I paint that all with my primer in the grey, it'll look really nice. Really, that's the reason for that. So that's that. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see some more, subscribe, that's the one. Don't forget to check out our other videos. We've got a few other videos on how we dealt with the rust and how we stripped the bus out. If you want to check them out, they're on our channel. Thanks for joining in on the journey, and catch you next time. Cheers.